Welcome back to a new video. So I decided to do a very similar session as what I did on Tuesday. So more snatch balances, behind the neck jerks, front squats with a top pause set that didn't work out on this day, and then some pulls. So starting out with the snatch balances, I was able to get up to 120 for a triple. You'll see that I had some random misses. I missed one with 90, which was more just mental than anything. I then missed the first rep with 120, but then came back and was able to focus in and make that. So overall, a decent day as far as snatch balances go. So yeah, that's just me power cleaning up, disrespecting 90 because I should just be able to do that as a warm-up set. Moving on to behind the neck jerks. I wasn't sure if they were going to feel good or not since I had just done them the other day, but I was hoping that they would go well, of course. So I took normal jumps from 70 to 110 to 140. I decided we're going to go all the way to 160 and see how that feels. I was really prepared for it either to not work, to miss the rep, or for it to feel extremely difficult. But when I did the 160, it felt really good. Wasn't perfect, never is, but it felt really manageable. And so I felt confident enough to jump all the way to 170, which would have been a PR for any sort of jerk or anything really overhead. In the first one, unfortunately, I pushed a little bit forward, but also my left arm unlocked. So I had it briefly for a second, but I think because it was in front of me a little bit, my elbow and shoulder unlocked a little bit, not like an injury way, but just obviously, not able to stabilize that weight. The second attempt was just too fatigued, just pushed it in front, wasn't really that close. In the third attempt, once I had it on my back, I ended up kind of just clarking the rep because it just felt too heavy, and it would have just looked like the second rep at best. So we're getting close to getting to that 170 mark. I'm excited to keep trying that weight. If I can continue to go 70, 110, 140, 160 and make that 160 feel as good as it did today, I think I have a pretty good shot at doing that 170, especially with how it felt. It didn't feel insurmountable on the first rep that I did. So I'm excited to keep trying that. And part of me wants to get the jerk blocks out. I think that might be best. So maybe we do that next week. I was just too lazy in this session, just too lazy every time. Because really, it'd make life a lot easier than dropping the weight and then having to take the plates off and power clean 70 up to do it. There's not really a use for that other than I suppose the video looking a bit better because you can see the footwork with that, but maybe we break out the blocks next week. But here's the 160. Really happy with how that felt. I had the crash pads out just so the plates would land in a consistent spot, and obviously helps with the floor a little bit if I'm dropping weights on the floor. There it just felt so close, just a little bit out in front, and just the left. What I really felt during it was the left arm unlock, and that's why I felt like I missed in that moment. But looking at it, it was forward. Both of them were a bit forward. And then here, just clarked it in a sense, just didn't really want to try. Left 110 on the bar. I actually didn't start with 70 on this day. I don't know if I've ever done it with front squats before, but did on this day. Did 110 for a double, did this 150, went up to 175 for just a regular single, and then tried 185 for a pause, which would have been a 3 kilogram pause PR. I actually did 182 back in the day, in like 2022, quite randomly, but 185 just wasn't there on that particular day. And then did some pulls here at the end, just did regular pulls, so 3 sets of 3 with 125. My Friday session, it won't be a video. I just did some really light pressing with the snatch grip behind the neck and just essentially just mobility and stretching. When I say like an actual day off, usually I'm like still power snatch, I go out and do something, but for me an actual day off is like I just moved the bar, and literally I didn't even go out to the shed. I will later to get some stuff for my trip back home, but I just essentially just did a little bit of pump work, barely anything, and stretched a little bit with the bars, so nothing too strenuous at all. And the reason for that is, one, I didn't really want to train today, quite sore. I worked hard these last couple days, but also I'm going to be able to go up to Rubber City weightlifting for another session tomorrow, which I'm excited about. I'm going to be driving home here. I'm recording this on Friday. I'll be driving home here in a couple hours, and I guess it's funny. I always say home because I'm referring to like my childhood home, and it's funny when my parents correct me. It's like your home is like where I'm at now. but like I don't know. I've never like been like this is my house that I live in, but maybe it's just I don't know. It's weird. I don't consider this my home. I consider my childhood home my home, but maybe that would change if I had a family and stuff. But it's just a weird kind of mental quirk that I have, I suppose. But I don't know if other people kind of feel like that in relation to like their childhood home versus the house that they live in or the apartment or whatever. But I don't know. I've always felt like that. I guess because maybe this isn't the house that I want to be my home forever. It's kind of, in theory, a starter home, but at the rate of housing prices, it might always be my house. But anywho, 3 sets of 3. So I decided to do them at 125 instead of at 120, and really just felt really good. They felt pretty light, so I think I'll keep the 1 day a week of them being the continuous kind of hang pulls, and then this one being where I just do regular pulls, just to have that little bit of variance with them. But when I train up in Rubber City weightlifting tomorrow, which really the gym is unrivaled fitness or unrivaled barbell. I know it's unrivaled something, but that's the whole facility because they have powerlifting and just general training and stuff as well. But the weightlifting club is Rubber City Weightlifting, so that's the distinction without too much of a difference. Obviously, it's all at the same location, but I'm going to be training there tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have a pretty nice session. I'm not necessarily bent on getting up to the same numbers I did the previous week. Just kind of see how things feel. I would say kind of minimum to do 110, 140, and then try to do like a rep max with back squats and some relatively lighter clean pulls, but very similar to the previous week, so it will be the heavy day of the week. I'm not going to necessarily prevent myself from lifting heavy if it feels good, but I'm not going to be bent. It's not the third week of the block where, in theory, I'd be a little bit more prepared than the other weeks. So we'll see how it feels. I mean, maybe it goes really well. Maybe I only go to 110, just kind of see how it feels, but just regular lifts with that. So that video won't be out till Monday because I will be home. I don't know when this video will come out, but I'm going to be home today on Friday, train Saturday, wedding that I am going to be going to on Sunday. And so most likely we'll spend the night up north Sunday and then drive back early Monday morning, depending on when the wedding is done. I don't necessarily mind staying another night, but we'll see with that. So now that I've kind of mentioned that, I need to kind of pack more clothes now that I'm thinking about it. But anywho, that's it for me. So no lives for the next couple days, I suppose. So nothing today, of course, and on Friday, and then nothing for the other days of the week. So I guess by the time you see this, you'll have realized that, since my uploads are, I guess, a little bit delayed from the actual completion of the training session. But enough rambling for me. That's it for now. Talk to you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.